Hey guys, it's Alexis, aka the Soft Reader, and I'm here today to do my TBR for Booktube-A-Thon. Booktube-A-Thon is a week-long readathon that takes place starting on midnight in your time zone on the 24th and ending at midnight in your time zone, or I guess 11:59 in your time zone on the 3rd. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm garbage at readathons. I cannot do a readathon ever. The only successful readathon I've ever participated in was last year's Scare-a-thon, and I never can complete all the challenges. This one has a challenge to read 7 books. Right off the bat, I can tell you that is definitely not going to happen. I will maybe get 3 to 4 of these books read, if that. So yes, I don't know why I'm participating. I may end up vlogging for it too, which I've also never done before. But I just, you know, everybody was posting their TBRs and was all like excited about it, and then I was getting excited and I was like, I want to participate. So here we are. The first challenge is to read a book with a person on the cover, and for that I'm going to go with one of my most anticipated releases for the entire 2017 year, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I wanted to pick this up as soon as I got my hands on it, but I purposefully saved it for Booktube-A-Thon because even though this book is a pretty big size, I'm so excited to read it, and I just have such high expectations for it that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like pick it up and like not be able to put it down. So I'm definitely going to start off the readathon with this one and see how fast I can get through this. But it does have a person on the cover. I'm really excited for it. I want it to be everything I'm imagining it's going to be. I'm hoping it will be. The next challenge is to read a hyped book. And I am actually going to go with a graphic novel, and that is Saga Volume 3, and I may also pick up Saga Volume 4 as well. The Saga series in general, I would argue, is the most hyped graphic novel series on BookTube. I mean, when people are like, I read graphic novels, it's usually Saga. And I read the first 2 volumes back in February, and I own volumes 3 and 4, so I'd really like to get to them, and that would be a good time to get to them now, to break up some of the other reading I'm hopefully doing, and also to complete this challenge. The next challenge is to read a book in one day, and I'm actually going with a reread for me. It's a book I haven't read in almost 10 years, so I thought it was about time to do a reread, and it's a very short book. And that is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. Like I said, I have already read this almost 10 years ago, so I'm really excited to see how my thoughts and my feelings about it have changed, especially as I've gotten older and I've learned more things about the story and the author and that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really excited to reread this one, and it's so short and it just flies by so much and you just fall in love with the characters, so I definitely know I can read this in a day, no question. The next challenge is to read a book that features a character that is very different from you, and I'm actually going to be going with a book that's actually going to come out during the readathon, and that is Sovereign by April Daniels. This is the sequel to Dreadnought, which I read back in January and absolutely loved. This follows our main character, Danny, who is a trans female superhero, and that is very different from me since I'm not trans and I'm not a superhero. Even if with all my heart I wish I were a superhero. So yeah, so this is a sequel. It comes out on July 25th, and so I'm really excited to pick it up. I forgot I pre-ordered it until I was looking for a book to fit this challenge, and I was like, oh perfect, because I wanted to read it when it came out anyway. So I will try to read this one during the readathon, or at least start it. Since I did pre-order it and I'll be getting it the day it comes out. The next challenge is to read a book purely outdoors, and for that one I have The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. This is a pretty big book too, and it's way too large for anyone, I feel like, to sit and just read outside, but I'm actually planning to listen to this one on audiobook like I did with the first book in this series. And so for me, when I listen to audiobooks, I only listen to audiobooks in the car when I'm driving around, so while I'm outside in my car. So I'm definitely planning on getting this one on audiobook, hopefully during the readathon, so I'll be able to read it during the readathon when I'm driving around making deliveries in my car. That's outside. It's not in my house. It counts, because that is the only way you're going to get me outside anyway. The next challenge is to read a book you bought purely because of the cover. Mine is a little bit of cheat because I bought this specific edition of this book because I wanted this specific cover. And this is actually a book that I've technically been reading since March, that I think this is a good opportunity to force myself to sit down and read the rest of, and that is The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Like, I've literally been here since like March. So I have this much of the book left. It's like 100 pages left of the book that I figured this would be a good time to try and force myself to sit down and read the rest of the book. But this specific edition I bought because I wanted this specific cover. So that's why it's going to count for this challenge. So I think it's a time I finally sit down and finish this book. And again, the last challenge is to read 7 books. Absolutely not going to happen. I probably will get, like I said, maybe 3 or 4 of these read if I'm lucky. But yeah, again, don't know why I'm doing this. This is a bad idea, and I'm halfway through the readathon. I'm probably going to give up. But everybody's just participating, and I want to participate because, like, I'm on Booktube. I want to participate in things, so here we are. Anyway, if you guys are participating in the readathon, I would love to hear what books you're gonna read, or if you have any specific tips for readathons maybe that you can help me out with, I'd love to hear them, and I'll see you guys soon with another video.